If I gave you an all-expense-paid trip to anywhere in the world, where would you go? Does an African country cross your mind? Have you ever thought about going to an African country? Maybe you have, and you just don't know how to get there or where to go. Well, I have a vision to help people to reconnect with the continents of Africa and different African nations, and also just to learn more about the continent and its history as well as its current state. My name is Dr. Martin. I'm a professor of critical race and ethnic studies and African history. I'm also the CEO and founder of Waasinmi. Waasinmi is actually a city, it's a town in southwest Nigeria, and historically the town was created to welcome back returning enslaved Africans. The name Waasinmi means come and rest in Yoruba language. So I have a vision for Waasinmi to invite people back to create Africa consciousness. What I call Africa consciousness is understanding the current as well as historical realities of different countries in the continent of Africa. I think that this is essential to challenging negative understandings, negative stereotypes of African countries, and therefore negative stereotypes of African descended people wherever they may be around the world. As an African American, this is a very specifically important year because in 1619, which is the accepted historical date of the arrival of the first enslaved Africans in the U.S., or what would be the U.S., that was exactly 400 years from this year. And so this year, many of us are coming back to experience African cultures and African countries. I'm also going back to Nigeria to experience what it is to be in Nigeria today. I'd like for you to consider visiting with me. However, I understand that there are some of you who may not want to take the journey there yet. So we also offer other services. There are workshops, presentations, and also just talk about some of the current and historical realities of Africa. But then for the children, there's also a Pen Pals program. So I created this program so that children in the continent could talk with children outside of the continent, and they could begin to grow in understandings of one another. And also work on language skills. So your children would be able to maybe learn an African language, and then the children in this African country would also be able to work on their English, and all of the children will be working on their writing skills. So we offer different services for people who are on different levels. Some are curious and they want to know more, so we offer information and informational sessions. Some just maybe want their children to reconnect, so we also have something for them. And then others are ready to actually go to an African country. So I hope that you will consider coming with me or joining me for a reconnection to Africa. So now, Mofeki Boboi Waasinmi, I want all of you to come and rest.